I think one of the biggest shifts I've noticed as a yoga teacher over the past 11 years is when somehow students became customers. And I don't think that's something that we talk about enough. I was practicing in a yoga class this weekend, and a student next to me was recording herself on her phone. And even though the teacher told her not to record, she still decided to post the video on Instagram and use it as content. Anyway, the point here isn't about phones or no phones. I think it's just talking about how we've come to this point where students are now customers, and as customers, they can claim that they're always right and they can kind of do whatever they want. If you've been in this space for long enough, you'll remember that there was a time when yoga actually meant something. Like being a student meant something. You were part of a lineage, you were part of a school, you were a part of something so much bigger than yourself. And so you were participating in it relationally and not just by consuming. And so now yoga spaces exist inside of a customer model. And in these models, the customer is always right. So maybe they're able to ask questions like, well, I can come in a little bit late, or you know what, I'm going to leave a little bit early, or I'm going to tell the teacher how I think, they could modify their practice or change their style or add things in that I think, or take things out that I don't think are interesting. But let me just be really clear. As much as I would love to sit here and, blame and shame everybody, I can't, because this is the world that we've inherited. This is what the space has now been conditioned because of the systems that we exist in. So now yoga becomes a product that we consume instead of a relationship that we enter into. And this means that people come into a class thinking, what can I get from this? Instead of what can I learn and how I can maybe I can even contribute to this space in some way. And it's so funny because so many of us come into yoga trying to actually escape consumer culture. We're trying to slow down. We're trying to be more present. We're trying to take better care of ourselves. And let's be real, this ancient, beautiful practice of yoga wasn't designed to conform specifically to any one person's comfort or preference. So I'm curious, when you walk into a yoga class, do you feel like a student or a consumer? Let me know.